Welcome to Behind the Scenes, a deeper perspective in the industry. My name is Tobias Jacobs, and this is a show whereby we just sit down and have a nice conversation with your favorite personalities. And today on Behind the Scenes, we are joined by singer, model, speaker, soccer player, and the list is endless. None other than Tony. We might know him by his stage name, Tony T, joining us here on Behind the Scenes. And before we get to the juice of the day, do not forget to keep on sanitizing, keep on washing your hands, keep on wearing your face mask, adhering to social distancing and all of the lockdown restrictions. And with that being said, I think it's around about that time where we can just now drill in with the reason for the day. Thank you so much for joining us, Tony T. It's an absolute honor to have you on the show. I believe that everyone is very much excited to hear your story and your behind the scenes. All right.
Yeah. You know what? Let me first compliment you on the sanitizer.
All right.
It's so smooth and so nice. You know, we've been to places where they give you this sanitizer. You don't know if it's water from the fridge or it's... But
we try.
Yeah,
it's
try, not. But this one, I can move my hands.
Yeah,
you know. So I compliment you on that. Very nice one. And again, thank you so much for having me, man. And to the viewers at home, thank you so much for watching. This is your boy Tony T, Limbopos International. And as Vuyo said, we're gonna have a great day today. So thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah. So let's go back to Limpopo because I love to go into the background, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, please just paint us a picture of your childhood. How was your childhood experience?
When I was growing up, I was considered as that one handsome little boy, you know. I was very fish, like, but now I'm now I'm even.
What happened?
I'm even. Yeah. But yeah. I grew up in a place called a village called Ramasha. It's in Limpopo, Sikukune, Mwabi. And I went to a primary school called. First of all, I went to a crèche called Sunshine.
Okay.
And I remember when I graduated, those yeah. And then I won Mr. Sunshine.
Okay. So it started back then.
2005.
Yeah.
2005. So from there, I went to a primary school called Ngwana Tulare. The slogan was "Tsoga o itirele," meaning you have to wake up and do it for yourself. Yeah. And then I went to the high school called Bopedi Bapedi. And then it was in a place called Khamarishani. And then from there, that's when I came to the University of the Free State. But here's one thing about me. When I grew up, I didn't really grow up like other kids. Being a kid, watching cartoons. People still can't believe when I tell them I've never watched cartoons in my whole life.
Really?
Never. But I loved soccer.
Yeah.
I think most of my time I spent it playing soccer. I grew up with other kids. And yeah, that's what I don't know if you know Malapane, Mantwan.
Yeah. So I want to know, during Mantwan, what would be your role? Because the two most supreme roles, Sima Male Papa. So what role were you playing there?
You know, sometimes... You know, as the father there.
Yeah.
You know, like I told you, I was very cute. So every mother wanted me to be the father. And I like being the father. You know? Yeah. Doing the things. Yeah. So yeah, that is, you know, briefly more like it.
All right, so I want to know, during that whole childhood experience, did you ever have any aspirations? And did you think, or the aspirations that you had back then, are you achieving them right now? Did you ever think you'd be a model? Did you ever think you'd be a singer? And yeah.
I don't want to lie to you. I'm going to be very open and very truthful. When I was, especially still in primary school, modeling, singing, those weren't part of the plan. But being a soccer player, because I started playing soccer in grade 1. And I think I really did it because my father owns this other team. So, and my father is a soccer personality. And then that kind of forced me to get into sport. And when I started practicing, I was really good at it. And everybody thought, no, this is going to be one of the greatest players we've ever produced in this village, you know. And I went on and on. I was the best player in my primary school. One thing that I like is because this is going to be on social media. So I'm not lying. You'll even see the comments.
We'll see.
So primary school, I was a soccer player, and then I was really good at it. But the other thing that people don't know about me, I know soccer player falls in athlete, but when I say athlete, I mean, you know, a runner. I was doing athletics, and I really put my primary school on the map, you know, because that was one of the careers again that I really believed I was going to be successful in. Unfortunately, when I got to high school, that career was shattered because my high school, we didn't really have athletics. We only had soccer, so I continued with soccer. But my grade 8, in high school, Woperi. My first ever performance, me first ever holding a microphone and hearing music playing in the background and me performing to a crowd, all that. It was in 2018. I don't really recall the day and the month, but our school had this day called Science Expo, where they do all those. I'm a commerce person, so I don't want to lie about many things. So I first performed Donald's song, Over the Moon. So I developed like an inspiration. My grade 8, I loved Donald and I followed him, and then Science Expo, they say who wants to perform, and I said I want to perform. I just took that risk and I was performing Donald's song Over the Moon. From that day, everybody go high school called me Donald. From that day, I was scared, but that day gave me so much confidence. It gave me so much light into the music industry, and then that's when I went on releasing my own music.
All right, so it's so funny that a lot of people that are in the music industry, their stories date way much back. I was that children that was always singing at weddings. I was that children singing in high school. So it's so funny. I was the one getting lead roles in church. So it's so funny how you also have a similar story that is dated way much back then. And I think 20 years also in the industry, when you tell such stories, it's going to make so much sense. Right.
Definitely.
So you sing Over the Moon by Donald. And everyone loves it.
Everybody loved it.
And of course now that boosts your confidence a lot.
It did. And let me tell you something that people sometimes confuse. We have a great singer. We have someone who can make good music.
And you have a great performer also.
And we have great performer, exactly. I don't want to mention people by names, but in the music industry we have people who, if you give them a song that contains high notes, they most likely not going to do it. But give them a beat, tell them to write a song and make the song nice. They're going to make that song nice with their original voice that God has given them. I'm that person. Sometimes people would say, oh, Tony, you're a good singer. Okay, I receive it. Yes, thank you. But deep down, I know I'm a great musician. I'm a great performer. I'm a good writer. I use the voice that God gave me to do good music. And I'm doing that to actually motivate other kids out there who love music, who want to become musicians. But people tell them, you don't have a good voice. Sometimes it's not really about the voice. It's about you taking the voice that God gave you and using it to your advantage. Know how to write music. Know how to put your flow. Know how to step on the beat. When the song is nice, you're good to go. You can even make more money than that one with a great voice. How many people do we have that have so much beautiful voices that are still there at home, not being signed by anything, not doing anything with their voices? It's at the end of the day a waste. So it's up to you if you have that love and passion for music. And if you do, you're going to do anything about it to make it possible.
I love that you mentioned the issue of passion, that passion will make it work, right? All right, definitely. So there's Tony T. Tony T comes from a background whereby there's no one that knows how to sing. He has no singing experience. And he makes music and he succeeds. And then there's someone else that went to school to study music. And they're trying to release songs, but no one is hearing them, right? It goes with the issue of talent versus knowledge.
Exactly.
From your perspective, do you believe that talent is enough and knowledge is enough, or they need to coexist?
Those two are interdependent. Interdependent. One cannot survive without the other.
True.
There is a certain argument that people most likely talk about. This one, I know if I talk about their names, there's no way they're ever gonna find me. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Most people tend to say Cristiano Ronaldo is a hard worker. Messi is a talented player. But still, when you look at those two players, what will happen if Messi is a talented player but still doesn't go to practice, still doesn't put more work in that talent?
Then it's not consistent.
Exactly.
Brewing the
it's not going to work for him. And what will happen again if Ronaldo wasn't working hard, what's going to happen to him? It means he was going to be weak. But because Ronaldo is a hard worker, he's not really a talented player. But he puts those things together. He works hard and then use that bit of talent that he has. And Messi is a very talented player, but still, he still needs to practice more, because all those free kicks that he's kicking, he doesn't just wake up and say, I'm going to kill the ball like this. He still goes to the field and master that thing. So even when it comes to the music, when you have the knowledge and when you have hard work, they all come and connect. One cannot survive without the other.
True. So now, I want us now to deal back with you as an individual. That you're doing such a lot of things. You're a model. You're a musician. You also do soccer. There's a lot of things that happen in your life. How do you keep yourself sane around all of those things and make sure that you don't go mad? Because they are all very much time consuming and they need your full focus. So what is that one thing that keeps you sane and grounded?
I love the fact that you mentioned time. So it goes back to the fact of time management. You understand? But before going to the time management issue, I get a lot of people asking me, like you just asking, how do you do it?
True.
How are you a model? How are you a soccer player? How are you a presenter? How are you a singer? How are you a student? It's my final year student. I'm a final year at UOFS.
What are you studying?
Bachelor of Administration.
Okay.
So how are you doing all these things? How are you coping? So let's take the education one out. Let's take the school out, and let's be left with the entertainment. So I tell people, you know what? You can take me out of the entertainment industry, but you can never take the entertainment industry out of me. So this thing sometimes it's natural. You can't force it. Sorry, you can't force it, and you can't pretend like you love doing these things. If you don't, you're going to fail. But again, the main issue here it's time management.
True.
Obviously, if I'm a soccer player and I'm a presenter, I cannot tell my management. For example, I'm working for K2KC. If they want my shows to be at 4:30, and I know very well I'm going to practice at 4:30, you know, I cannot just allow them. I'm going to talk to them and say, I have a soccer practice 4:30, so can I please, can you please compromise and take the show to 3:30? But you see, now it's going to come to hard work, because after 3:30, I run to practice. When I come back to practice, I study. After studying, you know, all those things. So it's a matter of, it takes a lot of sacrifices, and it takes a lot of hard work actually. But above all is time management. You being able to balance your things, making sure nothing is clashing.
So now coming to your modeling career, how has that been going?
You know, when I just last week we had this official crowning of Miss and Junior South Africa. And then I'm one person who usually don't prepare speeches. Like I came here today and I didn't write anything. I was like, because otherwise if I start writing, I'm going to come here and lie to you. You know, so it's better for me to come here and be truthful. Maybe take out those things that I didn't want to take out, because I'm just flowing and I love this. So before starting with my speech there at the official crowning, I told them, it all started in 2005. It goes back to what I told you about Mr. Sunshine. So if you ask about my modeling career, it all started in 2005, yes. But obviously back then when I was in crèche, I didn't even know I'm a model by winning that. I was still a kid. But when we come to 2020, I get to realize that, oh man, the plan that God had for me in 2005, He's only implementing it now.
Powerful.
You know, that's where everything started coming together. But yes, from 2005, after winning that Mr. Sunshine, they say every legal thing matters. So I always consider that thing, because I thank God every day for it. So from 2005, I've never participated in any modeling competition. And when I got to high school, many people told me, you know what, Tony, you look like a model, please go do modeling. But I didn't want to listen to that, because here's where many models nowadays are failing. They listen to people saying you can do modeling, you look like a model, but they push away what they think, how they feel about themselves. Because 1,000 people can come to you and say you look like a model, can do modeling, but if we're not deep down, you don't feel like a model, if we're not deep down, you don't love modeling, you're going to waste 10 years of your time doing something that people want you to do, but you don't want to do, and time waits for no man. So when they all told me you look like a model, you have to do modeling, deep down at high school I knew now, okay, I considered it, and then I looked at people like Tino Chinyani, all those people, and then I got inspired, but I wasn't ready.
Wait, I see a Tino in you, now that you say it, I see it. Okay.
Tino Chinyani, right? He's my role model actually. So I wasn't ready, but apart from being not ready, hence I call myself Limpopos International. I told myself, I'm not going to participate in any local competition, you know, because I believed that is your way of growing up. That is your way of developing yourself. But I always believed my first modeling gig, I wanted to be huge. I wanted to be a competitive competition, you know. So that's when I said no, because I was in the villages. I said no, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to wait. And my only ticket to doing modeling, it's me passing matric and going to the cities. I passed matric, I came to Bloemfontein. 2018, the 28th of July, I was passing by Mimosa and I saw this other competition. It was called the Runway Model Search. Runway Model Search. And then I was passing and I thought, you know what? I think this is the time. But I went in and they said the registration is, I think, 450 or something. Like, oh my God, I don't have the money. But something told me this is the moment. Remember, they were going to host like that commission tomorrow, and I felt, no, this is the moment. I went home. I asked my friend for that money. Say, give me that money, man. I just need to go and register. So before going home, I asked that lady that, what time can I come and register? She said, you're only left with 30 minutes because we are closing the registration. I had to run to my friend. When I got to my friend, I think it was 5 minutes left before they closed. I had to run back. When I got there, I was sweating, man. I was sweating, but anyway, I got there in time and then I registered. Remember, I don't know anything about modeling. I don't know anything. Never. After registering, I get a number. I got number what? Number 33. I even think they put me in a spot of someone who pulled out because all the models were 133 and I was number 33. So now you can imagine when I got home, okay, I just registered, so what's next? Tomorrow is the completion.
You know nothing.
I know nothing.
One way, yeah.
But how the fish are, you know, when you really want something. I made sure I don't sleep that night. I don't sleep that night. I went to YouTube, I went to Google, I wanted to see, okay, what is runway modeling? What is, how does a runway model walk? All those things. And then that night I had to fight, I had to just try. And remember, the following day I'm going to be against people who are in agencies, people who are...
What taught this?
Man, people that have been in the industry.
Yeah.
So that night I was actually there. I looked like a mad person in my frame because I was walking around by the passage, you know, going there and there. But I prayed about it. I asked God for his strength and just so that tomorrow I don't forget whatever I practiced that night. The following day I went to Mimosa. When I got there, I was number 33. So the first 33 people that went there was even that guy who had muscles say, so when he got there, he did the t-shirt like this. Yo, I was so intimidated, man. I mean, it's natural to be intimidated. It's automatic by that time. I was so intimidated but I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. I went there, they said the runway walk, 1.5 rem, so I forgot going to 1.5 rem again, but I said I'm going to do it. I looked at the other ones. So I went there, I still remember when I got in the middle, I forgot my poses. I looked to the side, I smiled. You know, I have the most curious smile. I looked to the side, I smiled, they laughed. I looked to the other side, I smiled, they laughed. And that worked for me. After that, I got off the stage. Imagine what happened. Guess what happened? After 133 models have walked, now they had to call top 5 in that category. Top 5, and then I was in that top 5. My first time, and then that's when I saw this is for me. I got the certificate, I went to my room, I put it on my wall, and then I said, now I'm game. I'm going game.
That was a stepping stone to where you want to be.
It was.
Yeah, and I think one of the most important things that you mentioned there is your relationship with God. I want us to also touch base on that with so many things that you're doing. How is your spiritual life?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like an angel. I think we have.
Please don't. Please don't.
We have Angel Gabriel, you know. So
that's their duties.
Yeah, but in everything that I do, I always put God first. And I don't remember the last time I went to church, but you know, I do pray a lot and I invite God in everything that I do because my mother told me, Jorge, in everything that you do, always put God in front because there's, especially now, there's so many challenges coming my way. You know, I'm going to be performing in front of a crowd. You don't know who loves you in the crowd. You don't know who hates you. You know, we've came across such incident back at home where people perform and someone just fall from stage, you know, you don't for no reason, you know. And
it's Limpopo, so
no,
anything is possible.
It's just no. It's just some of the performances that happened and those things happen to people, you know. So you can imagine it's some of the challenges that are gonna come my way, and if you don't, some other people know but what about you know, people but different things. But and then I said, no, I'm gonna stick with God. As long as I pray before the performance, as long as I pray before coming to the show, nothing's gonna stop me, you know. So that's why I because every time when I pray, I feel like everything just flows, and then that gives me that hype. Okay, God is really there, and God is working, you know. So that's my relationship with God. I just put Him in front of everything that I do. Yeah,
that's very much powerful. And I know in the Bible, in that book of Psalms, there's a scripture that says, some trust in chariots, some trust in riches, but we will trust in the name of the Lord.
Exactly.
It's very powerful that in everything that you do, if you're a very spiritual person, you have to trust God in everything that you do. So now coming back to the entertainment industry now, that you are in the entertainment industry. So you can engage in the talks of the industry,
Yeah.
right? So the industry in South Africa it's very saturated, and there are a lot of gatekeepers, meaning that there are a lot of people that are holding so many keys to doors of success.
Yeah, true.
And those people are very stingy.
Yeah.
Right. So in your instance, how do you shy away from that and create your own opportunities? Because, for example, some people choose that they don't want to be signed with a recording label. They rather create their own, right? To divert from gatekeepers. So what opportunities do you create for yourself?
You know what? A wise man once said, be so good that they can't ignore you.
Ooh.
You know, be so good that they can't ignore you. Sometimes it's a struggle in the entertainment industry because people want to do it the easy way.
True.
People just want to get in an agency. People just want to. It's not really about talent anymore. But if you really believe in your craft and you know it's a God-given talent and you know you are good, then you can actually manifest in the industry, maneuver in the industry until you're what is this word? Independent. You know, because I can give you an example of one of my role models, Kim Monada. Kim Monada, when he started, he was just...
Is it a Limpopo thing that everyone from Limpopo aspires to be like everyone in Limpopo? Kim Monada. Why not, I don't know, why not someone from the Eastern Cape?
Remember in the music industry, especially Zulu people were dominating, you know. So we never really had anyone from Limpopo who'd sing in Pedi.
But Papa Penny Penny has been there.
But Penny is Tsonga.
But actually, he's also from Limpopo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But how many Papa Pennies do we have? But when you look into the Zulu category, we had so many people. Every hit song that comes, it's in Zulu. Every hit song that comes, Xhosa.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So Buki Monataka, they inspired us. The first person to actually come with a song, Skapara Mareke, and it hit the whole world. Come with Malwete, hit the whole world. You see. So those people we look up to. And when you look at Kim Monada, he's not signed in any recording label. He's in his recording label. So it means right now, if I really believe in my craft, I can start my own recording label and make sure I grow with it. I grow in it, you know. But again, I don't want to say people who take these opportunities of signing in record labels are making the wrong decisions. It depends on your background. It depends on the situation you are in at that moment. If right now I'm in a very tough situation whereby I only need money to get out and I'm a musician, and then a certain record label comes to me and sell me the dream, here's the money, whatever, I'm more likely to get into that record label. If your background is so bad to such a point that you want to get your mother out of poverty, you want to get your family out of poverty,
That is the first thing you do.
exactly. So when a recording label comes, you kind of forget all those promises you made to yourself that I'm going to grow my own brand. Because you see money is in your face now. They say, here's how much we give you. You're likely to go in. So it actually depends on the environment you're in, the situation you're in, and your background. Yeah.
So for you, what is the major challenge as a recording artist that you faced due to the novel coronavirus?
You know, I had challenges in the modeling side, but in the musical side, I wouldn't say I had so many challenges. One challenge that I have in the musical side is obviously performing, and that is a challenge that is facing every musician. You know, we just laid it back to level 1 now, and then we're at least booked. You know, ever since level 1 was introduced, I got booked to at least 4 events just after level 1. So the challenge was actually being booked, you know, because events weren't allowed, you know, all that. But for me, that was just a challenge. But I wanted to use that moment, that chance of being locked down to actually improve myself, to actually improve on my music, to actually tell my producer, you know what, send me 15 beats, I want to release an album. And that time, I was like, thank you, God, because this is the only time I'm not going to school, I'm not going anywhere, I'm just in my room. Remember, my mind is not locked down, it's only me. And then that was the perfect chance for me to actually work on my album. And when the pandemic comes to level 1, I realized, oh my God, I finished my album and it's so hot, you know, so that worked for me. So, like, there were videos that I made before, encouraging other artists that, you know what, use this chance to grow yourself, use this chance to find your other strong points, use this chance to see what is your weak point, what is stopping you from doing whatever. You know, we shouldn't just look at it as it's lockdown, we should sleep, eat. Yeah, I gained some weight because I was eating. You know, me and the fridge were interdependent. So so yeah, those were the challenges that I faced.
All right, so now that things are a little bit easier right now, we are seeing that even the levels of the lockdown are being eased gradually. What is that we can expect from you?
Oh man, like now I just mentioned the album, but before the album, I'm so glad because the company you're working for, K2KC, we just shot 2 music videos last week. One is for a song called Intentional, and the other one is for a song called Pretend. So the Intentional one we released it last week, and it's doing really well on YouTube.
Super.
People love it.
Go check that one out.
The quality and everything is awesome. People love it, and now on the 25th. 25th is after tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll be releasing the Pretend music video. Oh my god, that one I cannot wait for it. So people should just wait for that Pretend music video. But apart from that, I have an EP that is coming. It's titled I'm Not Local. And then I have an album that is coming. I'm going to release the album in December. It's titled Away, like AWE. Away, it means feeling of amazement. So every song in that album,
makes you feel amazed.
Feeling of amazement. But otherwise, Away, I made it an abbreviation that, artist with exposure. Away. Act without envy, art with excitement. So all those all those abbreviations. So people can expect a music video, can expect the album and the EP. And on the modeling side, there's a lot that's going to happen now that I'm Mr. Junior South Africa.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's a lot that's going to happen. Now the hard work starts because we need a lot of sponsors, attend a lot of events, but I'm in it, man.
Yeah. So before we close everything off, people I think would actually want to hear. Right, this musician, this Donald from way back then, right?
Yeah.
So I want us for you to give us at least some like a part of the recent song that you've just released.
Okay, let me see. My album is having 15 tracks. My EP is having 14 tracks. Which means I have 19 tracks.
Sure.
That are still coming. And this music industry is one of the most manipulated industry. It's one of the most dangerous industry that people can take your craft away from you. So it'd be very dangerous for me to actually give something to the viewers now. Otherwise, if I released that thing, then I would. But now because everything's in the pots and I don't want to expose my work now, because I believe in my craft and I believe whatever that I have, whatever that God has given me, if a smart person put their fingers in, then I'm going to be destroyed.
Or so, like even the music video that you just released, even that song, you can't sing.
No, that one, it's okay. Mega love for you, babe. Usted desde ya to por mich. It's Spanish and everything, so it's going to be difficult for you to. But the most interesting one, it's one called Queen Latifah. We're still going to shoot the music video with K2KC. I'm basically going to shoot with K2KC my whole EP. Hello, my Queen Latifah. If you hear it, it's more nicer. So but for now, the work that's still coming. I want to keep it secret, and then the people will hear all of it.
We'll hear it very much soon. All right, and we're very much excited. I believe that everyone wants to hear more from this very engaging voice. And I must say, even you have a very flamboyant personality. So I think even your personality will speak very much well in the craft that you put forth. So now in closing, events are now starting to pick up pace. COVID-19 is easing up, right? People want to know from you that if they want to book you in events, someone has a wedding, someone has a party, someone has an event where they want Tony T to be a performer, where can we get you on the socials?
Just before that, you mentioned personality just now, and I would also just want to say a wise woman also said your personality is your talent.
True.
So look at your personality. What kind of a personality do you have, and look where does it fit. And then back to your question, another man, when I was a presenter at this other Free State company also, and I was actually interviewing this other DJ. And then I asked him, would you go to a wedding if you get booked? And then he said, you know what, money doesn't speak any language. So I will go and I will make a plan, So people can book me to literally anything. Wedding, 21st, a party,
funerals.
Funeral.
I can only imagine.
Someone will come from the casket dancing for Queen Latifah. So it's going to be something really dangerous. But people can book me at book TonyT1 at gmail.com, or they can send an email at tonytogwani at gmail.com, or they can call 072-3016-562, or they can DM me Instagram at tonytogwani, Facebook at tonytogwani, Twitter at tonytogwani, everything at tonytogwani. So yeah, they can get me all.
Slide in those DMs. So for the ladies that they're watching the interview and they have ulterior motives to say, all right,
leave my DMs alone.
You said we can slide in the DMs. So are your DMs open for any other thing except music, or we only keep it music?
You know what? Strictly business. If you're a lady, you can be as beautiful as you want, but if you DM me and you're telling me other things because I have a girlfriend and I love her so much, if you're coming with your masawana, I'm going to in a blue tick Instagram. No, seen,
you've just seen.
But if you want to handle, maybe start by saying, Tony, I'd like to book you. Attention, good of attention.
All right. So Tony T, I think the last question that I always get on the couch is that, what is that one thing, God forbid, you were to pass on? What is that one thing that you would want yourself to be remembered as Tony T?
You know what, you just mentioned death there and here. But yeah, I'm not gonna die anytime soon. But I really like your question. If I do die, if I do pass on, if God wants me, if the angel, because I'm going to heaven.
No other way.
I really want the world to remember me for the impact that I made on earth. I always tell people my purpose to live is to make impact. And how do I make impact? I love making through theory and practice. I always believe in knowledge. I say the beauty of knowledge is that it stays. I have few motivational sessions that I'm also a motivational speaker, by the way. So there's a session called Sunday Success Talk with Tony T. And I have another workshop called Professional Modeling Experience, which I'm going to host in December. So now those platforms are for me to share with people the knowledge that I have, that I've gained in the entertainment industry, especially people who want to become something in the entertainment industry. Because I believe if I tell someone something effective today, it will stick with them forever. So I believe so much in knowledge. I want people to always remember me for what I told them, for what I taught them, for what I left in their hearts. It's not always about giving someone money. It's not always about buying someone a car. But the knowledge that you give someone, it can carry them for the rest of their lives, and they can pass it on. So I want to make impact in people's hearts. I want to make impact in people's minds, so that when I'm gone, you can remember, Tony T once told me this. And not just a line that after thinking about, you don't do anything. Lines that when you think about, you react, you act.
They push.
So that is the impact that I want to leave on earth. I want people to remember me for the impact that I left. And above all, of course, there was just one Limpopo's International.
So ladies, you heard for yourself. Thank you so much for this interview. I feel like there's a lot to unpack from you. I really need to have a part 2 of this, because there's so much wisdom and there's so much experience that you have that you can impart to other people. And from the KTKC Media and Motivation Beyond Words, we wish you nothing but the best with your future endeavors. And I believe that everyone is quite excited to see you grow into the Limpopo International that you reclaim yourself to. And that is how we wrap up another episode of Behind the Scenes, a deeper perspective in the music industry. And to be part of the Black Couch, do email ktkc.media@gmail.com. Alternatively, move straight to motivationbeyondwords@gmail.com. And stay safe, keep on drinking your water, minding your own business. And with that being said, this is not about that time. I just say live light, love your light, and of course, do let love lead. Remember that before you die, make sure you live. Thank you so much. And
thank you.